So you never heard of Sanskrit civilization before, right? I even talked a little tip of Sanskrit, but it's kind of a weird moment of you being listening to this topic. And I'm going to cover some of the little bit of depth to this subject. And if I put double question mark, and that means I don't like it. So I like Sanskrit civilization, but I don't like Bronze Age. It created in Bronze Age, and I doubt it. How I begin to meet Sanskrit is from the age of 19 years old. At the age of 19 years old, I was too depressed and suppressed by this Korean education system that I failed to the university. And I was so depressed and decided to go there and jump. If you see here, it's a man standing, and you can guess the height of this building, right? And I was standing right here to step forward. But I heard the bell at the very moment of stepping out, and I was curious about this magnitude of these waves. And I was attracted by the sound and went to a strange, old, classic Korean building with a roof. And I didn't know that place well, because I had never been to such places. Then I found these 5 letters written in Chinese that I don't have no clue what the meaning was. I know what each letters, but in combination of 5, I didn't get it. I was so curious about this meaning of these 5 letters. It shocked me and made me forget about what I was going to do at the top of this building. Forgot it. And I studied, and I had to study at that time, the religious service was kind of mandatory in military. I was in a naval academy, and we were forced to go 1 out of 3 religions, and I was lined up to the one which I never been, and went to the place, happened to meet this Chinese letter again. I have no clue out of this. Then reading this, I get a little piece of clue what the 5 letters, and studied. I didn't know the meaning, so I began to study in English. English made me understand a little bit more better than Chinese. So I studied the meaning of 5 letters through English. Now I began to study in Sanskrit, the origin letters of this meaning. Sanskrit is very, very wonderful. Is it so funny and laughing? At the very moment of doing some suicide, and I was pulled back towards the Sanskrit. It's so wonderful. And this is common knowledge written in Wikipedia. Through Wikipedia, you can get the letters, and you have to tell black and white, black out of white, and you have to imagine what the meaning of it. So I'm not telling everything in this Wikipedia, because you can also refer it to this website. But I like to point out this. This here, it says 2nd million BCE era. I would say the understanding out of this is that the Sanskrit language is created second million before Christ. Now you can imagine. So this, you can guess what it is. This, you know,
Yes.
what?
Jesus, creator of
This one is Jesus.
Jesus.
And this one is
This
what?
one is
Huh?
creator of
Mohammed.
Yeah, right, yeah. And this one?
Buddha.
And before that? Second million years of BCE. I'm talking about this. So put this down to the ground, and we are standing on the planet. Okay? We are standing on a planet. We are living in a. Okay. The Sanskrit is created before these historical human beings. These individuals are born. Before this man, the Sanskrit were existed in the planet. So we are talking about here, not this. So I'm not talking about a religious one. Okay? I like to point out the conscious that the planet has before these gentlemen. Right? So this letter you may sing before. What it sounds like? It sounds like baby.
Baby?
Baby.
Oh.
When baby saying the first word, what would like be?
Ma.
Mom. Mama.
Close enough.
Mommy?
Mom.
Yeah. This is the very first sound that the baby makes. And you create and imagine the baby said "Amma" first. What "Amma" means, right? You know the meaning of "Amma." But if you hear very closely and listen to what they are saying, it sounds like this. And if you feel very emotionally depressed, then this sound will make you feel more comfortable, or make more lightening some way. And I like to say that last presentation I talked about karma, and this time I'd like to bring this Dharma here. So you've been seeing the karma, like how people treat you is their karma, how you react is yours. And this is the karma you are dealing with, and you may recognize the karma what it is. But Dharma is something. Okay, karma in definition, it means that it's action or deeds or behavior that you are making, plus with your emotion attached to it. And that makes you dig in a wrong path. You didn't get it, right? So you are making a wrong path. I mean, you are walking through a wrong path. That means you're making something wrong. And Dharma, literally it means law of universe. Law of the universe. So what it like be? It is like law of human. When we say law, legal or something, and it's all human writing, but it's totally different from that one. It's the law of universe. So if you like to get out of the karma state, then dharma is the way you can get out there. By knowing this, you can get rid of it. So what is different is that karma you do by your attachment, like I like this, I don't like this, I love it, I hate it. And you are attached to some either way, and you behave and you getting karma. But by knowing dharma, you know the consequence of it, and you know the cause and effect, and you know everything when you make this, so that you are not attached to any karma around you. Dharma is what it is. So I'd like to point out one more thing. So let this historical gentleman get out of your notion of what it is. And I'm talking about before these guys, 2 million billion before Christ. So nothing related to the religious. So I'm talking about the consciousness that exists in this planet. And the Sanskrit civilization is giving an idea of what it is like, the 5 Chinese letter words. And this is the mantra that give you a chance to recognize what it is about. So before explaining the meaning of it, I like to repeat the words with you. Hello, are you following me?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's say gatте gatte paragatte parasam gatte Buddhisma. Say it aloud. No way. Once more. Gatte gatte paragatte parasam gatte Buddhisma. Oh no, you stop it. Okay. The meaning of it is like go, let's go to the another level of higher consciousness. Does it make sense? Okay, let's try one more time. Gatte gatte paragatte parasam gatte Bodhisattva. Okay, you guys shut off.
Thank you.
Always